We are just outside of Big Sky at one of the area's most popular hikes, Weasel Falls. It's about 1.6 miles round trip with only 160 feet of elevation gain. It's the perfect trail when you don't have hours to spare, especially when you still have to be at work by 3. The trail winds through towering pine trees, follows the Gallatin River, and ends at a beautiful waterfall that's over 40 feet tall. It's one of those hikes that's short enough for just about anyone, but still feels like you've escaped into the Montana wilderness. This morning, I wasn't really looking for a big adventure. I was just looking for a little peace. Something nobody really tells you about healing is that it comes and goes. You can have a great week, and then one little thing reminds you your heart is still catching up. This was one of those mornings, so instead of sitting at home replaying everything in my head, I decided to spend a couple of hours outside before work. Some people hike to reach the destination. In this case, I was hiking because I needed to find a little more clarity than when I started. And then there it was. Weasel Falls didn't disappoint. The water was crashing into the crystal clear pool, and pictures really don't do it justice. I'll admit, I did think there was more trail after the waterfall. I wandered around for a few minutes trying to figure out where to go next before realizing one path led to private property, the other straight into the river. Turns out the waterfall is the destination. So I did what I came here to do. Absolutely nothing for a while. Then I found a spot to sit, listen to the water, and enjoyed a sandwich that I bought at a local grocery. Oh, and yes, the Zevia came with me the whole way. Not sponsored. I just generally drink these all the time. And there were no garbage cans, so I had to carry it with me. This place was packed with hikers, so I felt safe the whole time. There was even a gentleman that came up to enjoy the waterfall, and that's one of the things I love about places like this. Sometimes complete strangers can share the exact same moment without needing to say anything at all. Once I'd soaked up enough waterfall therapy, it was time to head back so I could make it in time for work. By the time I started the head back, the sun had turned up the heat, so most of the crowds had disappeared. I stopped for a minute at a bench dedicated to Tia Roddy, who was recognized as the world's greatest trailblazer, dated July 11th. Funny enough, I happened to be hiking here July 12th, so it felt like a nice little coincidence. Somewhere along the way, I realized I'd completely missed the trail actually split in two. There was an easier, gentle slope path, and then there was stone steps. Naturally, I picked the steps. I told myself it was a glute workout. Just like that, I was back at the trailhead. Before I left, I caught one last surprise waiting near the entrance. I think they were moose. Whatever they were, they made for a pretty send-off.